Cicero, Disputationes Tusculanae, Episode 10. Nam cum apud Graecos antiquissimum e doctis genus sit poetardrum, sequidem Homerus fuit et Hesiodus ante Romam conditam, Archilochus regnante Romulo, Sertrius poeticam nos accepimus. In the previous episode, Cicero was describing how it is that the Greeks could conquer the Romans in literature because the Romans were offering no competition. Now he's going to explain why this is so. He says, for although, cum, among the Greeks, apud Graecos, the category or class of poets is very old, antiquissimum, among the learned, since Homer existed as did Hesiod, or Homer was around as was Hesiod, before Rome was founded, and Archilochus existed, supplying fuit, while Romulus was ruling in Rome. Since all of that is the case, we received, nos accepimus, the poetic skill or the poetic craft much later, Serious. Stylistically, this sentence is really quite interesting. We start out with nam, and the cum clause, which is cum through poetardrum. This is cum with the subjunctive, sit, and so I'm taking it as concessive. Now, cum with a subjunctive can be concessive, it can be causal, or it can be temporal, which some books refer to as circumstantial. I believe this one is concessive, for although, and the subject of sit is going to be genus, and it is neuter, singular, and nominative. The predicate of genus is antiquissimum, the superlative adjective in the same gender, number, and case. For although the category or the class of poets is the most ancient, antiquissimum, among the learned occupations or those who are instructed in literature. So here we have doctis, masculine plural, and ablative. And I believe with a doctis, we should take this as an ablative of source. An ablative of source, an ablative of origin, something like that, suits the context very well. Although the category of poets is very ancient, of the most ancient of those who are the learned, this is among the Greeks, apud Graecos. Now this prepositional phrase, apud Graecos, with Graecos in the masculine plural and accusative, is going to be contrasted in the later portion of the sentence with such things as ante Romam conditam and regnante Romulo. So there will be this contrast, I say, between apud Graecos and ante Romam conditam and regnante Romulo. It's a contrast in meaning, but not in construction, because while ante Romam conditam is a prepositional phrase, just like apud Graecos, regnante Romulo is not a prepositional phrase. It is, of course, an ablative absolute. But let's look at the remaining portion. After we have the cum clause, which is a subordinated clause with a subordinating conjunction cum, we get another subordination, that is sequidem through regnante Romulo. And sequidem here is not a conditional sense. It should just be translated as because, most likely, or since. So, although the category of poets was the most ancient of the learned among the Greeks, since, or because, Homer existed or was on the scene, as well as Hesiod, even before Rome was founded, ante Romam conditam. The preposition ante takes always and only the accusative, so Romam conditam, feminine singular accusative, and of course conditam is the participle from the verb condo, condere, condidi, and a conditum, very much like the title of Livy's famous history, Ab Urbe Condita. So they existed before Rome was founded, and then Archilochus, who, like Homerus and Hesiodus, all three of these are masculine, singular, and nominative. Archilochus, we have to supply something like fuit. It's understood from here earlier in the sentence. So we say Homer existed as well as Hesiod, and then there is no conjunction here, right? It's asyndeton. There's no conjunction. There's also the elision of something like fuit, almost as though Archilochus is an afterthought. Archilochus is the lyric poet, and Archilochus existed regnante Romulo during the reign of Romulus, According to tradition, Romulus founded Rome in 753 on April 21. So if Cicero is correct, this gives us a date, a possible date for Archilochus. So we have the first subordinated clause with the conjunction cum. That's the first one. We have the second one, siquidem through Romulo, with the subordinating conjunction siquidem. Finally, we get the main verb, nos accepimus, and the object, poeticam. So we have object, subject, verb, and of course, sertrius is a comparative adverb. Accepimus is a perfect indicative. It's from the third conjugation io verb. It's perfect indicative active in the first plural, namely accipio, like so, accipere, second principal part, and accepi, the third, acceptus, the fourth. So we received or adopted, nos as the subject, masculine plural nominative, poeticam. Now this is an adjective, so I think we have to understand with it an implied artem. We received the poetic craft, serious comparative adverb, later.
Thank you so much for watching this free video. I hope that you learned a lot about the classical languages and advanced your knowledge and enjoyment. You can help us keep going with this instruction if you like this video and subscribe to the channel. We've had hundreds of thousands of views in the last 9 years, and we would really like to grow our number of subscribers. If you hit the little bell, you will be notified every time we release a brand new free instructional video. You can also check out one of my Latin or Greek courses at LatinPerDiem.com if you'd like to study Latin and Greek with me directly. So keep learning, and vale tote omnes.